Later that day, the trains on the tracks were being really useful and friendly while they were doing their work. Wendy, the woman locomotive, was at South Plofsburg Station picking up passengers, and she steamed off when everyone was on board. Her bi-directional passenger train was very important, and Wendy carried on down the tracks. She steamed to the Magic Railroad where the runaway freight car went the day before. This is gonna be special, Wendy thought to herself. And then she steamed into the magic buffers. We're in space, Wendy said. Look it, it's Earth! And the passengers saw out the window. We're breaking the laws of physics, a woman said. We really are breaking the laws of physics, said Wendy, and then they steamed to Mars. They were just below Olympus Mons when Wendy saw two engines called Sharon and Denise. It's nice to meet you, said Wendy. Nice to meet you too, the two engines said. Let's get going, said Sharon. And then they steamed off to New Florida. Different from the real Florida. This is my first time here, said Denise. They stopped at Oakwood Station. Sherry puffed up. Mrs. Director has to go home this Friday, Sherry said sadly. I sure am gonna miss her, said Wendy. And the four engines steamed out of the station. Wendy felt heartbroken while she was being busy with the other units. Diesel was shunting freight cars in the yard. They bumped into each other. We're just gonna have fun, they said. You're all in line now, Diesel said. And then I'm gonna show you who's the boss. And then he was shunting rail cars around the yard. Say Maru to us, they said, and then Diesel tried to pull the line. You're gonna pull me apart, said Scruffy. I'm coming up, heave-ho, heave-ho, laughed the freight cars. And Diesel pulled. And he pulled. Dodge, he yelled. It was too late. The troublesome trucks laughed. Sir Topham Hatt was not happy. Your evil behavior has caused confusion and delay, he said. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, Diesel said sadly. I'll have you back on the tracks in no time, said Megan. And her wheels slipped on the rails while she pulled on her might. Her wheels slipped and her engine roared. At last, she pulled Diesel back up onto the rails again. Thank you, Megan, he said. Then she buffered up to the other side of the train, and she pulled off with all of her might. Diesel went home sick. I'm sure I'll get this done soon. I hope I feel... Then there was trouble. His engine began to malfunction. Oh no! He cried, and then black smoke came from his exhaust. He wasn't feeling good. Then there was trouble. He threw up onto the rails. It was vulgar. Just then, Camille was approaching. She was pulling a goods train in a 53 freight cars. Watch out, he cried. Oh no, cried Camille. Her driver applied the brakes, but it was too late. Ooh. Extreme. Farewell! He yelled. Sorry about that, she said. Just then, Ida came to save the day. So she pulled Camille and her freight cars back onto the rails. Thank you, Ida, said Camille. I'm always being really useful, Ida said.